Hello, Ambassador. Pardon, I don't speak Kirundi very well, so I'm going to be speaking English, if that's okay. Okay. Thank you first and foremost for being here. We do very much appreciate it. My name is Robert Baransaka, or Baransaka. I'm the son of Deo Baransaka and Jean Nizigi Imana. I'm also the adopted son of Venant Vayamungu, as he likes to say. But most of all, I'm a child of this community. As you can see, I'm younger than most of the members that you have in this room. I'm a member of the youth community, first and foremost, and although we may hold ages of wisdom relative to our American counterparts, we still fall short in the triumph and perseverance of all of the immigrants in this room, all of the Burundians in this room. And as you've communicated, this is a joint community. We are Burundians first, regardless of organization or affiliation. We are ultimately all Burundians, so thank you, first and foremost, for reminding us of that sentiment. It's very important, and I just want to give you a round of applause for that, first and foremost, yeah. Now, although we have elders in this room, my question revolves around the youth specifically, and our future as a part of Burundi. I know that your effort in Washington, D.C. is a trialing one. After my years in university, I had the privilege of working in Washington, D.C. myself for the U.S. House of Representatives. And I had the privilege, I had the privilege of seeing, yes, for the House Committee on Appropriations. It was an amazing time. It was an amazing time. Now I work as a political. Yeah, we can try. We'll have a conversation tomorrow. Yes, we'll have a conversation tomorrow for sure. Now, of course. And now I work here as a political consultant for a firm I'm very proud to be a part of. And the opportunities that I have been provided here were a product of the perseverance and strength of my parents, of course, but also because of the opportunities that the country of America provided me, you know? As much as I love Burundi, you know, dagakunda chane, chane chane, I love America just as much, you know? For the growth, the preparedness, the opportunity it has provided me. I've also had the privilege of traveling home with my parents to Burundi many times. And quite frankly, that same opportunity that I see here isn't provided to my youth counterparts in Burundi. There's so many talented youth, those who are ready not only to make their parents proud like I have tried to do, but make their country proud as well. And youth whose opportunities is stifled by lack of infrastructure that exists in the country. So my question to you is, what is Burundi's plan ultimately to address the opportunity available to youth domestically and abroad? How are we addressing education, international visas, professional development for the purpose of cultivating talent domestically, developing that talent, and then bringing it back to the country for its greater development? And that isn't only exclusive to those born in Burundi. I would love a part in helping the country advance in any way that it can. And I've met so many Burundian youth both here in Arizona and in Washington, D.C. that feel the same. But we don't have necessarily the opportunity to participate in legal and governmental opportunities back in Burundi because we are American born. So how do we bridge that gap? How do we create greater opportunity? How do we help those in of the youth in Burundi, but also the youth in America? And how do we, you know, come as one? How do we create a joint Burundian community? Again, thank you for your time. As you can see, we are a very passionate group. Like I mentioned, I am part of the Arizona Burundian Youth. I had marketing. Our president, Stella Uimana, is there in the back. And then we have head of programming, Peace Kayeda over there as well. Like I said, we are a passionate group.
You can tell the name of the organization.
Oh, we're called Arizona Burundian Youth. Yes, yes. So yeah, like I said, we are a very passionate group. We're ready to serve. We're ready to be of service. And we thank you again for your time, because it truly does mean a lot. It truly does mean a lot. All right.
First of all, welcome, and thank you for taking the time to come and meet with us. My name is Stella Uwimana. I am the youth leader, both at the Arizona level as well as the national level for Dikobu. And the chapter here in Arizona, we have named it AZBY, and you have seen and met some of my members. And I'm standing here today as both on behalf of all the youth. And the youth, we discussed a couple of things that we kind of wanted to ask you. But before I do that, I did want to echo some of the things some of the Burundians have said, because it does affect the youth. And just to give you a little background on myself, I have worked in education for almost 8 years, both in administration, admissions, information systems is what I'm at now. And the reason I tell you that is because the 3 years, almost 4, that I spent in admissions, almost 2 of those were the international department. Birababaje gukorana n'abarundi bacu, abanyeshuri bari mu Burundi, ngomba kubafasha. Ishuri kabaha acceptance, sibyo numvise, nivyo ibintu nabonye n'amaso yanje, nkavugana n'umunyeshuri w'umurundi. Si rimwe, si kabiri, si gatatu, byabaye many instances. Urumva? And the reason they couldn't come to ASU, U of A, NAU, and GCU, which is where I was working at that time, but now I'm at ASU, is because they could not get travel papers from our government to come and study. Samahera yarabuze, si acceptance bari babuze, ni kubera visa yabuze. So I asked this question. Tuvuga ko tugomba igihugu cacu gitera imbere. How do we expect a country to progress if we're not helping our youth, our future of our country, to be able to progress and go out into the world and get opportunities that we as a country do not have? I had to start there because of somebody who has a master's degree in business analytics, a bachelor's degree in business management, and who has spent 8 years working in education. That is something that I'm begging for you to please work with us, please, to fix. And if I can beg for a couple more minutes, because I do have questions from the youth, because they're not here, so I'll be speaking on their behalf. So in regards to tourism, each year, every summer, tourism increases. I myself just came back from back home. What is the Burundi, as a country, what is our plan to improve the business process at the airport, the systems at the airport, to improve everyone's experience at the airport? And I think I'm not just speaking on behalf of the youth, I think I speak on behalf of every Burundian sitting here. The majority of our experience, and I'm sorry to say this, at the airport has been horrible. And I just want us as Burundians to work together, and I'll happily be part of that, to improve the business process at that airport, to improve the systems that we have in place, because in 2024, I don't know why we're still using papers. A question that was asked by the youth, and they told me to make sure I ask it. They want clarification. Is dual citizenship allowed in Burundi? And if it is, what are the requirements? And is there any process to make it easier for us diaspora to be able to get those passports? With that, I also wanted to go ahead and bring something else the youth brought up, which is air quality in Burundi. Year after year, air quality has gone down. I went in Burundi in 2014, and I went back again this summer. I can tell you, as somebody that hikes and that went in some of those mountains, was able to look over Burundi, the air is not the same that I was breathing 10 years ago. What are we as a country doing to ensure air quality gets improved so that way our people and their health do not be jeopardized? I'm a mother, and as somebody who took a 1-year-old to that country, that worried me. Air quality is important. It affects the health of our people and the diaspora that goes and visit every year. And with that said, I want to conclude by saying this. I've said this before. If anyone ever listens to any interviews that I've done, any places, I always say this. Abajene turi ready gukora. Abajene turafise ivyiyumviro. Abajene turafise qualifications. Nimuduhe intebe ku meza.